Good evening, parents, and welcome to another Parents' Evening. Tonight we are going to be talking about the phonics screening check that our Year 1 children will be taking in a short while. So Mrs. Kendrew and Miss Tickle are going to take you through what the children will be doing, what to expect, and how you can support your child at home as well. Over to you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, hi everybody at home. This is just a really short little presentation just to let you know that what the expectation is for the children when they sit the phonics screening check and how we administer the check. Thank you. Go, my glamorous assistant here. So in Year 1, all children need to take part in the phonics screening check. This normally takes place in June. All children in Year 1 have to sit it. It's not an option not to sit it. And those children in Year 2 who didn't reach the required pass mark also resit it during this time as well. Okay, so the test consists of 40 words. So the children are shown 40 words. We sit and do it one-to-one. So it's the teacher, Miss Tickle, will obviously do her Year 1 children. I will do the children in my class. We will flashcard the children so they each get a chance to read the 40 words. They really enjoy the experience because they always get a drink of juice and they always get a biscuit. So they kind of think it as biscuit and juice time rather than being a test. So it's not done in a scary way. It's done in a very supportive way with the children. So they are shown the sounds, they are shown the words. So for example, I don't think you can see that. So the words might look like that. So we'll have, the children will need to read those words. And if they read it properly, they will get a mark. If they don't say it properly, then it will just be a little cross mark and we'll know we need to teach that for Year 2. And there are also 20 alien words or nonsense words that are in the test, which just check for the phonics if they can learn the sounds. I can't work out where I'm putting them. If they can read the sounds and make the words. The children do practice these, so they do know if it's an alien word or a real word, and then we keep the aliens on so they know if it's got like this little character on the side, then don't make it into a real word because it's not a real word. You just need to have a go at reading whatever sounds are next to it. The pass mark is quite high, so there's 40 words and the pass mark is 32.
Yeah, usually 32.
1 year it was 34, but for most years it's been 32, so we're expecting it to be 32, and it's out of 40, so there's not much room for error really. They do have to score quite high on it to get the pass mark. So I've just gone on through that one. So there's alien words. So like I say, there'll be 20 real words, 20 alien words. The children practice these again in school. They're not new to them. The words are new to them, but the actual process is not new when it comes to the test. I think that's really it for that.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, you will get a copy of their score in the school report that comes home at the end of Year 1. So you will find out. It is a little bit brutal. It does just say your child has passed the phonics screening check or your child has failed the phonics screening check. So it does read a little bit harsh, but please be assured that even if they fail it, they do carry on doing phonics in Year 2. We do pick them up from where they're at. It's not a case of that's it, they've left phonics and they're left just to get by themselves. We do make sure that phonics continues into Year 2, and those children then have the opportunity to take the test again at the end of Year 2 and to get the pass mark. So
usually with that they get an overlay sheet down there that says what happens next. So if unfortunately your child doesn't pass, it will say on the next sheet after the score what will happen going into Year 2.
So how you can help at home. So we really need you to practice reading with your child at home. When the books are coming home, they are really carefully matched to the sounds that we taught the children in school. We read them with the children 3 times in school, but it's so important and for their confidence that they bring those books home and you listen to them read and then make a note of any problems that they might have had, or even if they've read it fantastically on the Dojo profile, Not all the parents are doing that at the moment, and it's really important that we have that homeschool link for the reading. Also, lots of games. I Spy is a really good game to play with your children. Just blending games, things like you might see out the window, you might say, I can see a cow. Can you find a cow? Can they find the cow in the field? Can they see things like that? There are lots of games online. You can also Google phonics screening checks if you want to do some past papers. They're all out there. It's not a secret. They are
all there.
Easily accessible.
Yeah.
We will be sending home homework with phonics practice in it, so that you can support your child at home. It's really, really, really important that this is completed, so that the children, we have that feedback again between school. And when you are reading with your child, even if it comes to a bit that they might be stuck on, it might be in their reading book that they're bringing home, their reading for pleasure book, or any writing that they see. If you just remind them of the reading routine, if they get a little bit stuck, they are really confident of this in school. Yeah. So they definitely know to say, spot the digraph or the trigraph, say the sounds and read the words. And then that helps them to read those words at first sight look a little bit tricky and they're a bit unsure of. And then, like I say, lots of blending and sounding those words out. And if you're not sure of meaning, I know a lot of the time there might be words in books that the children aren't sure about. If you can go and find it, you can use dictionaries, you can ask Alexa. There's lots of different devices now to get the meanings of things. I know my children are obsessed with Alexa. So anything like that you can do to help to make the reading and make things make more sense would be fantastic to support them at home. And then if I just show you, so some of the words, I think that's that.
Yeah.
So some of the words in the test, I'll show you. So that, hold it up, there you go. So that's an alien word. So the children would need to spot the digraph, say the sounds, say the word whisk. And obviously, as an adult, we know that that's not a real word. We don't want them to make it into a word.
We don't want them to say quick, which is what the test does give them some words that look a lot like real words. So there can be a word, before there was one that was strow, and a lot of them changed it to straw, but it did have the alien there. So it's just been really clear that they just read what it says, not trying to trick them out.
Into a word.
Yeah. And the aliens are all different, but they've clearly got the alien on them, so they know straight away that it's a nonsense word, that it's not a real word we'd see in a book anywhere. Yeah,
and then some of the other words that are in there are, again, quite tricky. So there's blossom that they need to be able to read.
We would encourage them to chunk that up. With it being a longer word, we've done a lot of work on kind of still the reading routine, but if they see a very long word, most of the children now will do that in the air, do the first bit, then do the second bit, and then as if we were pushing it, imagine it's because they can slide it to them and then read the whole word during the test.
Yeah, so we've got blossom, we've got thankful, which again they would chunk up and do thank and then full. But obviously they need to read it by themselves with no help from us while they're doing the test. Label, which is quite a tricky one, and vanish, again quite a tricky one.
They were in the most recent, weren't they? Yeah.
So we will be sending home, we've got some QR codes that we're going to send home, which has got links to the sounds that we teach in school so that you can hear it. And, we understand that a lot of our parents and our families, English is an additional language, so there's a lot of worry about saying the sounds properly and then making the word. It is quite tricky. So if we're going to send the link out to you so you can do the QR codes and then you can listen to how the sounds need to be said as clearly as possible. So if you could have a look at that, that would be really useful. And then, like we say, we'll send home some homework and some little activities that you can do with the children just to make sure that they're on track and they have the best chance of passing this phonics screening check, because obviously, they will all have to sit it, and we don't want some children to have not been taught all the sounds because they're so far behind, because they still have to sit the test. So we want to give them as much opportunity to be exposed to all the sounds that will be in the test so that they've got the best chance of passing it. Again, obviously, when we are administering the test, if the children are really struggling and they can't do it, we won't make them sit through 40 words. We will stop when when we can tell that they're a little bit stuck. And they still get a biscuit and they still get a drink, and they still get praise for the effort that they put in, don't they? So if there's any questions, I don't know if Mr. Senior is managing any questioning, or if you want to send them on Dojo, we will be happy to answer those.
Yes, there's no questions come in just yet. If parents out there who are watching have got any questions for us, put those in the chat box at the side of this video, and then I can put those questions to our two experts. If you want to drop your message in Dojo, then you can do that directly to Mrs. Kendra or Miss Tickle, and they will endeavour to answer your questions. I've just located a load of the previous papers on this website, phonicscreeningtest.co.uk, and if you scroll down underneath that part, you will see that all the previous test papers are available to download, so you can have a little go with the children with that one.
And it's not cheating, you know, like they are there. We're not trying to cheat or anything. It's just making sure we've given everybody the best chance to pass the test, because you know, I can remember as an adult sitting a test and thinking, I don't know any of these, and it's not a nice feeling. So we just want to give everyone the best opportunity to be able to do the best they can with the knowledge.
It's not trying to trick anyone out, because they'll have had so much practice that when it comes round to the test, they will just think they're just practicing those words again.
Just get a biscuit this time.
Yeah, biscuit this time. They ask actually when we practice now, is it biscuit time yet?
No, save the biscuit.
Practicing, we're getting to that point.
So so they won't know at the time when they do it. Like we say, it will just be when you get the report at the end of the year, you will find out if it's a pass or fail.
Excellent. Well, if there are no more questions from any of the parents out there, do remember that Dojo is available to ask your questions, and thank you for joining us. Thank you to Mrs. Kendra and Miss Tickle for taking their time to share that information, but we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.